Hey y'all, so I want to do a quick story time and I'm going to try to find the way to articulate this story. So, there was a time that I was connected with like a huge influencer, and for privacy purposes or whatever, I'm not going to mention her name or anything like that. But she was so sweet. She helped me out with a lot. She helped me grow in the season that I was in. So sis was helping me do a lot of stuff, like help me like with my weight loss journey and just kind of being a big sister and mentor. I think I might have been actually older than her, but she felt like she was a big sister to me. But to me, age doesn't matter. So what ended up happening, like we had been going strong for like almost a year. Like I was used to, when I was doing hair, I was making like hair oils, face oils, body oils. And I used to also make like hat wigs. Like I would take um, human hair extensions and I would sew them to caps, and they became very popular because she put me on. Like she got my products, she showed them to her audience, and I literally, like, I can't say blew up, but I was sold out pretty quick. So what ended up happening is, like, she had this Facebook group, and we can go in and tell testimonies and connect with like-minded people. It was good. We would do lessons, we would fast together, we would do a whole bunch of things like that was helping me grow. So this is where the plot thickens. I guess it's a plot, but this is a story I'm telling you guys about how to be careful to being connected to certain people and people not wanting to see you elevate. So me, y'all know I'm a pretty bright person. I'm sweet. I talk to everybody. And I got connected with one of the ladies in the group. And she like, when you in a group of thousands of people, you're gonna run into all type of people. So we in a group or whatever, and I'm gonna long story short this. She called me one day and she was like, "I want to pray for you. Oh my God, XYZ, you're amazing. I love what you're doing. Yada yada yada." So in the meantime, I didn't let her know that I was like connected to the influencer on like a personal level, but I did say that I speak to her. Sometimes I would have a word with her, and she was like, "Oh my God, that's great! Like you connected." She was excited, and I'm like, "That's just my sis." So anyway, moving forward, she prayed for me, and this lady claimed to, like, I don't know if she was a prophet or call herself can see, and that's why you have to be careful of false prophets in this day. But this was a lesson learned for me. So I had a conversation with her, and at the end of the conversation, she was like, "Tell the influencer," she was like, "Tell so and so that I love her, that I love what she's doing, and tell her to be careful about the people that she has around her, because of course at that time the influencer, she was blowing up. She was already blowed up, but she was catching on fire even more. Like more people was catching on to her. I love her so much still." But when I went back, and this is what a thing that matured me in the spirit, and learned me not to go back and repeat everything that somebody tells me, right? So I went back, I talked to the influencer, and I was like, "Hey, I talked to this mutual person in the group." She knew who this person was, because we would go live in the group and everything. And I told her what she said. I said, "So and so said she loved you and this and that." And I was hesitant about telling her, but I went ahead and told her. And I was like, "Hey, but she told me to warn you to be careful about the people that are around you, because you becoming popular, you might want to watch your circle." So I ended up telling the influencer that, and it went left. Like it wasn't like disrespect or anything like that. And it was more of like, this is a learning lesson for you not to go back and repeat everything that you hear from people, because that lady didn't have access. She didn't have the access that I had to that person. So she used me because I was so, open and vulnerable to get that message to her, because she knew that she couldn't get that message to her any other way, whether it was a good message or a bad message. So, in all of that, the thing that I learned is a lot of people see you connected in the spirit with certain people. They see you about to get ready to take off, they see you about to rise, and their plan is to come in and to stop you dead in your tracks so that you don't get there. And so what I learned in that situation is that, okay, Sierra, you can't be an open vessel to go, passing messages through people, because if she couldn't get to her and tell her that, then she shouldn't have, it's like, if you don't have my phone number, then you don't even know me like that to call me. Y'all know that saying, right? So I felt like down and stuff, because I was like, dang, this messed up my relationship with my sis. She like, you got to be careful now. I really can't trust you. I don't know who to trust, right? So I was like, okay, cool. I went on about my way. This has probably been a few years now, and I'm just now talking about this story or whatever. And it took some time to like kind of process it and see what it was in the spirit. But when I prayed about it, what the Lord told me, and this is another learning lesson, not to be so wrapped up in people and idolizing people, quote unquote. What He told me is that what I have for you, be it would have came through her or anybody else, nobody could have stopped that. Like the blessings that you're getting ready to come into in your life, whether it's later on or whether it would have been then. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up and tell you that nobody is higher than God, and nobody can stop what God is gonna do in your life, no matter who you're connected to. And just keep in mind that just because people have big platforms and they're connected in the spirit, you got the same connection to God as them. God does not have a VIP section. So what that learned me all in all is just to trust God and not trust man through anything, because God is going to be the one that's going to elevate you and put you on. Yes, He might use certain people to help you along your journey, to help you develop and get to the places that you need to be, but it's not up to man who get the ultimate victory or who gets the glory for your story. So I wanted to share that with y'all. I thought that was, pretty interesting, and it actually feels good to talk about it now in this space, but just to serve you as a warning that what God has for you, no man can take that away. Remember that.